Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays. I almost said Prison Architect. Factorio! So, I wonder now if I've said Prison Architect in one of my other Factorio videos. Oh, and we just happen to have electric energy distribution finished, and that's really convenient. So we are going to switch over to making batteries a thing, and then we're going to produce some of these pump jacks here. So in order to do that, we need metal plates, naturally, because what doesn't frickin' need metal plates? And we got one. Oh, and then we need steel plates. Well, this is as good time as any to go check how our steel plate production is going. And it's going fantastically, so that's why we started that so early. So, okay, now we go back over here. We're going to grab some of these gear wheels. That's just going to be, make things a little bit easier on us. Let's do that. And then we're going to need more pipes, which is more iron plates for now, until we set up pipe production in a more regular, reliable way. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is more than enough considering that we are rather oil rich in this area. So let's see what we have down here first. We have 72. Whoa, geez. 72, 134, 100, and 96, and 73. Might not be a bad place to start, especially since we're just going to be storing this predominantly to begin with. Oh, I just realized that I might have overextended myself on research here. Well then, it looks like it's time to upgrade one of these factories. So that'll upgrade here shortly, but for the meantime, we're just going to go ahead and set this up. This is going to create a pollution issue down here, so trees and distance will just absorb pollution as it goes, which is why this is generally, you can see it kind of cuts off in different areas here because there's a lot of trees, and that affects how your pollution spreads. Over water, not so much. So if there's anything, if we find anything threatening over here on this other side of the water, we might have a problem. So actually, let me go explore that. That might be a reason to not build pump jacks there just yet. So we do have enemies up here that we're going to have to worry about, probably sooner rather than later, but as of right now, we've killed 2 large bases. We can kill a third in its own time. Right now, I just want to make sure there's not like an 8 creature or 8 spawner base right down here in this corner right next door to me that is going to almost certainly going to be out for my blood as soon as I get these pump jacks working. So, wandering about. No, it looks like nothing in my immediate field of concern. So that's gonna be fine. Let's go back up this way just to make sure, and then we'll do a less traditional method of clearing trees to get back. And 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I hit myself with the grenade. That's not good. Fortunately, it didn't do that much damage. I know missiles, once you start getting explosive missiles, which are basically the area of effect of a grenade combined with the damage of a missile, which is really incredible. Those could be a real problem if you fire them too close to yourself. That's a real concern that people should have. Don't fire your own grenades at yourself. You will die. Just tips for life there. Let's go ahead and do that. And okay, we got one more pump jack, so that's perfect. That'll carry us over into this. Excuse me. Let's see. Hopefully that didn't pick up on the microphone, but there was a little bit of a burp there. Alright, so there's that. That's cool. We're going to get enough metal to make a pipe network. And then we're going to determine where it is we want to do all of our oil processing. The initial temptation is to route it around back over here. So that seems like it might make the most sense given that the rest of everything else is kind of over in this area. We'll survey this for a second before we commit to anything long term, but we're going to go ahead and do a whole lot of pipe to grounds. That's going to be necessary. And then quite a few pipes. That should work for now. So, let's see, we've got everything up here by the steam engine. We've got some really good deposits, if I remember correctly. There's at least a couple 300s and plus. We have battery as researched. That's good. What do we need to continue on? We do need engine. Engine is going to be imperative. So, electronic engine, electrics 1 and 2, or electronics 1 and 2. We have battery. These are the first 2 that we need, so that's what we're looking at. Let's go ahead and do advanced electronics. Now that we have oil processing, we just need to research so that we can start doing drones as soon as possible. So, all right, we've got this oil here, which is, it's okay. It's not super fantastic, but it's okay. So we'll just do we'll do that probably next. And then, like, we have our super deposits over here. Man, where did I see them? I have at least one little patch that has, like, these crazy high yields, unless they all deteriorate over time once being discovered, which would be maybe the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Let's see. No, it's not those. What am I thinking of? What did I see? Is it these down here in this corner? Sorry. Welcome to Survey Simulator 2014. Let's go over here. Man, I could have sworn I had some, like, insanely... I might have been thinking about the other game that I have running. So, regardless, we are going to go over here and hook everything up, and then use an incredible amount of pipe to kind of route it around and out of the way of all of this other stuff. I want to do it through the back so that we don't have to worry about it. Or I guess I could bring it up here. This is just throwing ideas around. I'm going to do this around the back over here, so... We'll combine those two sets together and then be able to start running that around the corner and putting it somewhere in a storage facility, which we'll also have to start accounting for. So if we're going to store that much oil, we're going to just make a solid 9. Yes. There we go. We're going to make 9 tanks to store crude oil. And then, let me see, we need pipes predominantly. More pipes. That's what I came here for. Awesome. So let me think. Where do I actually want to put my fluids processing facility? Oh yeah, I'm going to put it on basically the bones of our initial production. So we'll route it back up over here, and then all of the processing can happen over here, and we'll kind of move that down through here. Is that right? It's either that or over here by the steam area. I'm a little iffy, a little concerned, a little confused about how I want to do this. You know what? Okay, screw the initial plan about going around back here. Everything can route to right here. We'll start storage and oil production right underneath, or oil processing right underneath where the steam engines are. Just because we'll stick with the theme of that's where we'll have all of our pipe works. So advanced electronics, perfect. What do we need next for flight? We're going to need electric engine. Electric engine needs normal engines. Go figure. All right, cool. And all right, so let's hook these two up. All right, cool. Did that. And there we go. We got a nice little fluid sloshing in there, which is amusing to me. Maybe even a little attractive. Let's see. Woot, 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 woot. And like this. And underground pipes all the way. Across the sky, etc. Whoa, man. Alright. And then that... Oh, it's not quite enough, so we'll have to redirect this a little bit. Let's go ahead and go... like this. And then like this. Awesome. Yes. So we're going to just run pipes all the way up here until we have hit a satisfactory point where we feel comfortable with how our current pipe situation is. So fortunately, this is, I mean, we're doing a lot of underground pipes, and most of that is just so that we can maintain the ability to walk around. It does become a bit of an issue logistically whenever we start driving around in a car, but I'm going to try to keep that around really obvious things that we don't want to drive over anyways, so that is sort of a moot point. It's a little crowded in here. I'm trying to think. Oh, do we want to go up through here? Would that be okay? Well, let's see how far we can get like this. Will that go all the way up here? It will. It will go all the way... Oh, it'll go all the way up there. Perfect. Okay, we'll just do it like that then. The exit point will be up here. And then we will have to... Let me see. That's going to go over here like that, and then we'll curl it around. Okay, cool. And we didn't even compromise our power there, which is really convenient and a little serendipitous as far as I'm concerned. So let's do this. We now drag it back a little bit. And continue on our merry way with our underground pipes. So oil processing is definitely one of the more interesting things in the game. I think, I mean, I don't know anything about oil processing in real life, but it feels like more accomplished whenever you draw oil out of the ground and then turn it into stuff. And that might explain maybe some of the fixations that we have. It is like in real life applications, I know that oil actually is responsible for a great deal of products that we take for granted, outside of just fuel and gas prices and everything else that we kind of hate about the oil industry. It's like plastics. Like, I don't know. I don't have a list of industrial materials on hand that I can just look at and be like, oh yeah, this is everything that's made with oil. That's really cool. Maybe I'll look that up and add a filter, or not a filter, but an image key that has like a list of all the things that we make with plastics on a daily basis, or oil on a daily basis. Let's see. Oil byproducts. Making notes for myself here. And that's at... Cool. Sorry, a little bit dead there on that, but this is now kind of important to me. Kind of, I'm not a pro oil person whatsoever, but it's definitely one of those, like, it is kind of interesting to know about just in general. You know, forethought is forearmed, forethought. Yeah. Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. Basically, the more you know, right? Just so you know, it's like if we ceased all oil production, what would we have to adapt around? That's another one of the big questions, where it's like it's not just about burning fossil fuels and everything else. It's also, you know, what are these other things that we'd have to miss out on? What are these, you know, we don't have an alternate means of production for all of these things, surely. So we'd have to figure out a resolution for dealing with life without certain commodities that we take absolutely for granted every day. And it's important to know about, especially if you campaign one way or another. It's like, oil is bad, gas is bad, we need to not have dependencies on this. And it's like, well, okay, we don't need a dependency on fuel. Let's just go straight to electric cars. Totally cool. But what are we going to do in lieu of blank, right? So it is kind of interesting. It's chemistry is funny. Oil, aside from its energy production components, also has a very strong byproduct component that we make use of as best as we can, and things are interesting, like I said. Now, I guess the only challenge at this point is we need to find a way to turn, you know, carbon dioxide pollution into graphene, and then the technological and green and futurist movements will all collectively shit themselves at once, and we'll have this incredible tide of brown disbelief flooding the streets forever and ever, and that'll probably be the best way to deal with all of our issues. But that's neither here nor there, because that's not a real thing yet, I don't think. If we find a way to quickly convert CO2 pollution into graphene, though, you can expect that would make news, to say the least. So let's see, we are going to go ahead and run concurrent to this current line of coal right here. There we go. And right there. And right here. Excellente. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and add a little junction pipe there. We'll come down here and add a junction pipe down here so we can maintain the flow on all of these places. This is going to fill up fairly quickly since we've got not maxed out production, but very sufficient production. And then we will build our storage tanks, our 9 storage tanks right here, which you have to kind of stagger. You can't really see this, but like there's an output, and then there's one on the other side. Like there's 2 outputs at each corner, right here and right here and right here and right here, but not here and not there. So hopefully you can actually see my mouse pointer, otherwise that just meant nothing to you. But I can never remember if I turn it on or off per video. So sometimes it comes on just because it's part of the game, and sometimes it's not entirely necessary, so I don't leave it there. So now crude oil is going to fill up while we figure out the rest of our infrastructure for this. Definitely going to clear out some trees here. That's going to be necessary. We will be a little ginger around these pipes, though. We do not want to break the pipes. If you break pipes, you also lose all the oil in them, and with the underground pipes, it's pretty much doubly so. And that's, I mean, you know, spilt milk and all that, but still not the best idea to just sort of be like, whatever, buy pipes, because that requires time and resources that we don't necessarily want to make light of. in the name of entertainment value. So either way, this is the basis. Oh no, I still have time. I still have like 4 minutes. I forgot that there was a huge gap in between the last episode and this one where I just sort of fiddled around and got some things ready. Ouch. Let's do that. You're gonna have to get modular armor ready to go soon. So this will also clear out some space so that we can actually, oh, this works out really well because we're going to need at least 2, if not 3 different byproducts of oil production in our continued circuit board production, and so this works out really handily for us. So there we go. Electric engines is done. That allows for flight, and well, yeah, now flight can be done. So we'll just go ahead and do that. And then what do we need for the rest of robotics? We need advanced electronics 2. Which just allows us to research different things. So that's cool. That's still just red and green. Most of this research that we're doing is just necessary for red and green potions, basically. Which is convenient because I'm not ready to do blue potions. Blue potions is pretty much a... at that point, it gets so convoluted and complex that there's no reason to do it until you have the logistics network set up. So, whoop, ow. There we go. We use 2 grenades on a single tree, whatever. YOLO. That's what I say. Ironically. Trust me, I don't normally say it, but I do say it a lot. I realize, where is the line between I am a ironic abuser of the term YOLO, and when do you just become a user of the term YOLO? That's a dangerous ontological question for myself, particularly. So, there we go. We've got oil production. Crude oil is getting stored by the gallon, ton, I don't know. How would you gauge actual production of that? Barrel? I'm not actually making barrels, although you can. I don't know if you saw the little barrel symbols as I was researching everything, but you can eventually make barrels to store oil in, and that's pretty much exclusively for train transportation. Because you can't store liquids on trains, although that's apparently in the works, but not for a couple more patches now. And once you are able to do that, then you can barrel up crude oil, stick it on the train, and then unbarrel it, and then just dump it into your system here. So, yes, we have that. I'm super tempted to go ahead and set up more pump jacks here, since it's right there anyways, and also maybe there. And that way we just absolutely max out all of our oil production, and then worry about upgrading later. So I might do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that it? Fortunately, it's really easy to count with the pink squares here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Let's go ahead and make 6 more pump jacks. That's going to be my plan for now, and I'll let that finish up in between episodes here, because now we are almost really done. And then, yes, 1... Oh, we need more steel. Okay, let me go get some more steel. I'll get all that together, and then once we're back, I'll have crazy freaking oil production, and all will be well. It's 2, and oh, we need that 3, 4, and then 5, and welcome to listening to me count. 6. There we go. Okay, there we go. And so that'll be enough to take over this whole area over here. I'll also need to make some pipe infrastructure, so I'll get to that as well. And whenever we come back, you'll see pump jacks over here. So now you won't be as shocked whenever it happens. It'll be fairly normal to you. How's our wall production? Do we have crazy walls? We do not have crazy walls. We have sufficient walls. We have okay walls. They're mildly disturbed walls. Let's see... And we have a ton of bricks. We'll let that run until it's done. We're not going to need that many bricks, but it doesn't hurt to have some stored up. Anyways, so yeah, if you've been enjoying the series, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I'm just going to make my voice wobble because I can. Either way, I will see... Well, yeah. I'll see you next time. Have fun.